Hi everyone, it's me David, and winter's coming up, so I thought I'd make a new batch of soap. What's a little bit different about this soap is we need to make sure that it's extra moisturizing, because in the winter here in the Northeast it gets really dry and you need some extra moisturizer in the soap. So let's go ahead and get started. Now for our first oil, we're going to go ahead and use the palm oil because we still want to make a bar of soap. We're not making liquid soap or anything like that. So we'll need our palm oil and coconut oil to make it a hard bar of soap. And so we've got 11.2 ounces of palm oil. And the next oil is coconut oil. And we've got 11.2 ounces of the coconut oil. The next oil we're going to use is olive oil, and olive oil is really good for moisturizing, but it also will make your bar of soap a little bit more soft, so you need to be careful with the amount of olive oil that you're using. We're going to use a little bit more than the 11 ounces of the palm oil and coconut oil, but just be aware that this may make the bar of soap a little bit softer. And so we've got 15 ounces of olive oil. The final oil that we're going to be adding is castor oil. Now we need to be careful with the castor oil because it does make the soap a little bit more harsh. So we're only going to add about 1 ounce of the castor oil just so that we can have some good bubbles in the soap. And so we've got 1.1 ounces of castor oil. So the last thing that we're going to add to the oils here, the base oils here, is some BHT. BHT is an oil preservative. You could use vitamin E if you'd like, or you can use a little rosemary oil. I like BHT because it doesn't add any flavors or scents to the recipe. So we're just going to add 500 milligrams of BHT. Now what we need to do is we need to figure out the super fatting oils that we're going to use for moisturizing the soap. And I've decided that we're going to use a little vegetable glycerin, which is really good for hydration. And we're going to use some lanolin oil, which is really great for chapped skin. And then finally we're going to use some shea butter. So we've got 1.5 ounces of lanolin oil. We've got 0.5 ounces of vitamin E, which is actually just soybean oil. And we've got 2.4 ounces of shea butter. Okay, so now what we need to do is go ahead and let our oils heat up a little bit to about 110 degrees Fahrenheit while we prepare the lye solution. Okay, so I've gone to metaphysicalfarms.com and used their free lye calculator to figure out that we need 12 ounces of liquid, and because we're going to make this a very mild bar of soap, we're going to use 7% superfatting, so we'll need 5.8 ounces of lye. So let's go ahead and get that started. So we've got 12 ounces of liquid here and 5.8 ounces of lye. So with the lye fully incorporated, we've gotten it up to 184 degrees. What we need to do now is let this cool down till it's about 110 degrees. And we'll go ahead and check on our oils to see if they're at 110 degrees. Okay, so we've got the oils heated up and they are at about 119 degrees, and the lye is cooled down and it is at 120 degrees. So we're going to go ahead and mix them together. What I've done in the meantime is I've actually added some coloring to the superfat. And so I've got a green here, I've got a red, and then I've got a blue. And so what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and make some swirls. The majority of the superfat is still in the cup here, and we'll add that at the end after we've almost reached trace with the oil. So let's go ahead and start getting this mixed together. So we're fairly close to trace now, so let's put in the bulk of our superfat. So the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to go ahead and use this measuring cup here. I'll pour some of the soap into it, add the color into it, pour it into the mold so that we can get a good mixture of the colors. So what I'm doing now is I'm gently mixing the colors here so that it has a swirled effect when we're finished. Okay, so now we've got the soap in the mold, and all we need to do is to wait 2 days to let it harden. If you've been making some of my other recipes, you notice that this recipe, the trace is a lot softer. It's because it's got so much moisturizer in it, and the bar will be just a little bit softer than what we've been making before. Okay, so it's been 2 days now, and we can take the soap out of the mold. So now that we've got the soap cut, all we need to do is let them dry for about 3 to 6 weeks, and they'll be done.